Hey Sagittarians, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your first half of June general reading here. So let's talk about your very short yet sweet meditation. I saw the words torchbearer, and I saw the Sagittarius collective represented by someone in a dark cave holding up, bent on one knee, holding up a single lit torch. Okay? And then I saw them putting down the torch into a ring that became a ring of fire, but it felt like a good, safe ring of fire, not like a scary ring of fire. And all of these people lined up around this fire. We're like, oh yes, like the ring of fire is lit. We have our heat and our warmth and our illumination and we're good. And then I saw the Sagittarius collective stepping back, and it was this feeling of having passed the torch. I saw you guys stepping back and looking at everybody like they're good, they're safe, they have what they need. And then I saw you guys go and get into a bed, pull the covers up, and take a good long sleep. Like it really was this feeling of, I feel like you've been this has been coming up in y'all's readings, right? Where you've been on the energetic front lines in a lot of ways. You've been carrying a lot of the energy load or actual physical load for either the collective energies on a global scale, darling, or the people in your direct vicinity, right? And it feels like now it's the time to rest. Like it feels like, wow, okay, so that was good. I took care of it. It's a bit of that wounded, what is that? Like wounded warrior slash, not in a bad way though, like in an accomplished way. Like the kind of sleep that you have when you know that you've done your job, that everyone is taken care of, and you can just sleep. It's like you know what it is? It's the completion of the hero's journey. That's what I'm getting. It's the completion of the hero's journey. Yes. Yeah, it feels like you've passed the torch and now it's up to others, in the collective to kind of take on that energy and carry it through. But it also feels like there's this beautiful releasing of this heaviness, and now it's just in a different place and you can sleep and you can rest. And it feels like an energetic rest as well, where you don't necessarily, it's like a distinct lack of heaviness. It's very cool. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Okay. Cheetah. I'll pause for response. Listen, the cheetah this is so funny to me, because this is like, we're talking about resting and the kind of rest that comes after, the kind of rest that's like, I know that I did all that I needed to do. I feel good about it. So now I can sleep. It's the ending of the hero's journey. And then we have the cheetah coming up here, which is about fast, forward-moving energy and just going fixedly towards a given point, right? So here's why I'm obsessed with this for you. First of all, I want to point out the colors of the lower chakras here, right? Which are what? The color of fire. And this is fire energy for my fire sign. So loving how this is linking up already. But I also have this feeling of, with this cheetah, it's this, because doesn't this look like a fingerprint? Like you've left your mark. You've passed. I'm having distinct deja vu right now. Okay. For a large group of you guys that I'm tapping into, part of taking on a lot of this heavy load or energy load or whatever have you, you've cleared up a good amount of karma, and now it's like you're going into this place of like, okay, that's done. I'm good now. And it's going to propel you forward into this. It's a feeling of cleared pathway, cleared karma, cleared direction moving forward. Do you see how this cheetah can only be so fast because it doesn't have a heavy load to carry? It's fascinating, like left your mark. I'm drawn to the spots here as well. Okay, I'm going to say this to you also, Sagittarius. You guys are adventurers, you're adventure seekers, you love learning and travel and all of these things. You have earned this, okay? Because I feel like there's this freedom here, and it's a time for you to partake in your own pleasures, your own, like doing what you really want to do. It's like you're being given room and time and space to really just follow your own sense of, this is what gives me joy, this is what gives me pleasure, this is what makes me happy, and I feel like everyone's taken care of. All the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, so now I can really do this within for myself. But I have, I just want to say to you guys around that, there's also this distinct energy as well of the need to pace yourself. pace yourself, okay? This feels really good. It feels really, really positive. Cheetah's a very positive energy. But there's also this idea of, okay, well, let's pace ourselves, because we do want to be in a place of moderation and balance as well, because that way we can sustain this happiness and this happy pace. Okay? Yeah, it's interesting. Like, imagine a slingshot. I'm seeing a slingshot, okay? So the Sagittarius collective, it's like, it's been heavy, yeah? I mean, for it just has been one way or another. Whether it's a global energy heaviness that you've been tapping into, or it's, you know, in your given circumstances, it's been heavy. It has felt, if not heavy, it's been very involved. There's been a lot of stimuli, a lot going on, just a lot, right? And it feels like you've had a responsibility or an onus around either contributing to the collective betterment, healing, being there for people around you, even maintaining and keeping your own energy free and clear of the collective heaviness, right? However that, you know, is for you. But it does feel like there's been a lot of responsibility in one way or another, okay? Imagine a slingshot. So previous to now, it's been a pulling back of the slingshot to create tension, creating that resistance. And what I'm feeling here with you handing off the torch to others is a release and propelling forward of that slingshot, right? But I'm getting for you guys, you can feel this and move on it in a steady and sustainable way. With thought, marrying this, because I keep getting this feeling of air. It is Gemini season. And I am getting this feeling, and at the bottom you have Six of Swords, air energy here. Okay, that's a good point. Can we marry this with this? Cheetah with the Six of Swords, row, row, row your boat gently down the full moonlit stream. That's what it feels like, okay? Because air allows fire to grow and be full-bodied and alive, right? And there's something about being thoughtful, marrying, you know, thoughtfulness, mindfulness, I want to say, with this fervor, I feel this wand energy going forward, okay? What's going on for Sagittarius? First half of June. I'm hearing that song, Till There Was You. There were birds in the trees, but I never heard them singing, nor I ever heard them laugh till there was you. Oh, pretty. So we have Three of Pentacles here. Ooh, I like this. So Three of Pentacles, this makes a lot of sense, because Three of Pentacles is about being acknowledged and taking pleasure in the work and the traits of yours that you particularly are good at, right? So this is about being compensated for your skill set, right? This is really good work, and this is making good money at your work, but this isn't just like, what you know, makes this different for me, for example, from like an Eight of Pentacles, which is like, you know, an abundance of work, but it can be an abundance of work that pays the bills, as opposed to work that really fuels your artistic spirit or your pleasure centers, or, you know, makes you feel fulfilled, right? Fulfilled line of work. Right? And I get that too, because this is the King of Cups being represented here by this dude. And then we have the Rabbit here, which is about fertility and creativity, yeah. So I love that this is coming up, but I also want to point something out, because this is the Three of Pentacles, and we were talking about pacing yourself. Pentacles are earth energy, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, which is the slower signs of the zodiac, but in a really beautiful way, because they're constant and reliable, right? So there's Three of Pentacles here. I am hearing pace yourself. I'm also hearing, you know, the three here, mind, body, spirit, alignment and balance moving forward, okay? Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Do you see how this rose, well, it's a rose tree, but rose bush, whatever. See how this rose tree is in a pot, but it's yet to be put in the soil? I'm hearing take your time getting to where you're going. You don't want to miss out, of the magic of the journey. There are things along the journey line that want to be illuminated to you and for you, but if you rush ahead too quickly with only seeing the destination, you're gonna miss out on the Easter eggs along the way. It feels very important to you. I feel like there's a group of y'all that just feels like, I'm going here, I want to be there. It's this person, it's this job, it's this geographic location, it's this feeling I'm chasing, right? And you're in the right direction. You ain't wrong about it. But it's like enjoy your tree, right? As it were, that you're creating here. Enjoy its plot incarnation before rushing ahead to take it out of the pot and put it in soil that it's going to be in forevermore, right? Enjoy this time before the roots are sown. Ooh, I just got shivers. Whatever this is for you, whether it's a new line of work, a relationship, a home move, whatever this is, I'm hearing spiritual ascension as well. Enjoy the time of the pot before the seeds are so, like before the, it's put into the earth and the roots grow. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, right? There's something to that. Very cool though. Red roses and the red of the cheetah. Ooh, 4 of Wands on the bottom. Hey. Okay. 8 of Swords. So this is giving me life because it's lining up with what I was saying. Remember how I said the air energy? This is air energy here, right? So traditionally speaking, 8 of Swords, this is about restricted vision, about feeling, being under the illusion that you do not have complete facility around your path and, road ahead. Right? This is like she forgot that we are our choices, right? It could be a bit of a victim mentality here and well, but this is restricted vision is what this is. And this is a really simple fix too. Sometimes the remedy to this can come in a moment of inspiration, right? And I feel like that's looking good with this cheetah here, right? But I am feeling, there is this feeling of relinquishing control or understanding and realizing that if you truly believe that we are our choices, and if you can go to bed at the end of the day feeling like I just felt something shift. All right, slow down. If you can go to sleep at the end of the day knowing that you did the best that you could, sleep well, boo-boo, sleep well. And if you didn't, and you're in bed and you're going, I did not do the best that I could today, in whatever way, it only takes a moment to identify room for improvement, an area for improvement, and then go to sleep. Wake up tomorrow and you got another shot at it. Whoa. That just feels important. Okay, I'm also distinctly picking up impatience here. Impatience. Trust the timing and your natural pace of things, okay? It's about aligning yourself as well, because they're also drawing me to the meditation where I saw you guys sleeping and then you have the cheetah. It's about, I just want to say this to you. You have worked really hard. I feel it. You've worked really, really hard. In whatever way that resonates for you, you have put in the work, honey. Okay? So allow yourself this time to rest, go at your own pace, and know that there's going to be a time coming up here where it is full speed ahead. But I'm hearing to pace yourself and caution against being so focused on the destination that you miss out on the Easter eggs of the journey, right? It's really important. Okay, so we have the King of Wands here. Really stunning here, fire energy here for y'all. Here's why I love the King of Wands so dang much. Because, by the way, King of Wands and the cheetah energy, these are going hand in hand really, really nicely. So the King of Wands is an expert about, the King of Wands never overexerts himself and never does busy work, and he's never bored. Why? How does he do that, do you say? Because he lets his next move or what he spends his time doing be shown or inspired on a moment-to-moment basis. That's why he never does busy work, because he's not coming from a place of, I should be doing this, or obligation. He's like, hey, I'm gonna go where the energy flows. Ooh, that feels important. I'm gonna go where the energy flows, right? For example, how might this manifest? Let's say, and this is all under the guise that you put in a lot of hard work and this time is yours to do with is what feels good to you, right? So just keep that in mind. That's the umbrella. Ooh, I'm gonna go where the energy flows. Cheetah. So for example, let's say that you have planned tomorrow to clean the entire house and catch up on your 3,014 emails. And then you wake up and all you want to do is read and sit in the garden and paint, or lay in the grass and stare at the sky. Okay? Now you have two choices. Well, I guess you have 3,014 choices, but the King of Wands, what he would do, right, is he would go, you know what? Me deciding to clean the house and answer all of these emails, I'm not a doctor in an ER. It's not that level of importance. It was something that I wanted to do because I felt like it's something that I would feel accomplished after doing, and it would be nice to check it off of a list. Kind of going back to this Eight of Swords here, right? Checking it off of a list. But my soul is asking me, right, to allow myself to exist in a moment-to-moment basis today in a way that I'm allowing myself to be inspired to move and follow the good feelings of today, right? So he goes, you know what? It can wait till tomorrow, or it can wait till it feels right to do. I'm gonna go read this book. And in reading that book, he stumbles upon an answer to a question that he's had a really long time and is like, oh my God, this completely changes things. This is huge. This is amazing, which then inspires him to go and, do A, B, and C, and X, Y, and Z, right? But if he had resisted against that natural pull that his soul was asking him to, follow for the day, because that's your guides. That's the universe. That's your higher self going, I know that your ego wants to clean the house and answer those emails, but we are saying that there is something better for you that we are lining up and orchestrating for you to experience today that is contributing to the bigger picture of where you're going and what you asked us for. Can you allow us to help you get there? That's rather the point. So, and be easy with yourself on this. Why do I feel like I keep having to say, or you can, like I was gonna say, or you can fight it and be like, no, I'm gonna do this, and then have a really terrible time. Allow yourself to be inspired and directed as it feels good. Follow the feeling. Follow the feeling, follow the good feeling. 10 of Swords here to clarify the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Now this is really stunning because remember what I said about I saw that image of you taking the torch and lighting it, and then a whole flame circle was lit, and then you're able to go in and sleep. And then we have this guy completely out of it with the 10 of Swords here, right? And then we have the 3 of Pentacles here, right? The energy as it's been from your Sagittarius collective perspective is over. It's shifted and has shifted. And you're being asked to allow yourself to move into a time where you can be the adventure seeker that you are, the journeyer that you are. They keep drawing my attention back to that. Sagittarius is didn't I say that this was the end of the hero's journey? And then we have 10 of Swords, which is the complete ending of a cycle. Yeah, I just got shivers. Okay, so as a Sagittarius, because you are the adventurer and the seeker, allow yourself to seek. Allow yourself to adventure, right? It just feels like there's this pull towards an outcome or towards an idea in your mind of what needs to be done or a need to be overly productive somehow. And it just feels like it's in counter energy to what wants to be worked with and through you. Give yourself a break around this, right? I'm hearing allow yourself to be in your natural element of fire and think about what aids in a fire. If you expose it to too much, we can say it in terms of obligation or have to. It doesn't have, 2 of Cups on the bottom, obsessed. It doesn't have the room and space to kind of grow and be all that it can be, right? It's like if there's a fire here, you're the Sagittarius is the fire, and obligation is like this weighted iron that's just going down and down and down. But if you take that away and go, I'm not going to judge what today is, I'm not going to judge what I do or don't get done today, then that fire can just be what it is, and it's going to feel a lot better that way, right? Okay, stop. Magician to clarify the Eight of Swords. Really? Hi. This is exactly what we're talking about. Remember when I said that, because this is about creating your own reality, right? This is about using all the tools at your disposal to create the life that you want, right? Now this is interesting because remember when I said that this Eight of Swords situation, that this can be transmuted in a second, in a moment, right? And it is this magician energy, right? This is transmutation. That is the magician, is above, so below. This is transmutation. And you are being asked to transmute any preconceived ideas of obligation or any ideas around what could and should and would be, right? And allow yourself to exist in the present, the id, right? That's what this is, this present moment energy, right? But I also want to draw your attention to these two different energies here, right? Because the Eight of Swords is very still. I mean, it's inner movement and stillness. There's a lot going on in her head. But this is very still. This is restriction. And this is freedom. Look at how free these arms are. This is masculine energy about making a change and making those choices, right? So these are two very different. This is the key. This is the remedy out of any moment that comes up as an Eight of Swords, right? I do feel a slight impatience. And I feel a slight impatience. And again, this could be in a moment or an elongated thing. But I feel a slight impatience that can lead to a bit of indecision or feeling like, should I, is this right? I don't know, this way. But I want to point out, there's also these red roses that are coming up here. And this whole idea of the root chakra and security and stability. I would be mindful of what is yours and what is other people's. In terms of your ideas around where you want to be, where you're going, what you desire, what makes you happy. What is yours, and what are ideas or notions or beliefs that have been placed on you through conditioning or through time or through example or influence? It feels important. You're being asked to look at that. I feel like some aspects of this might surprise you. I'm really drawn to this monkey here who's pulling on this magician's cape. It's like, hey, look at me. Look down here. Look at that. Look, hey, look, right? I'm really drawn to the root chakra issues here. Points of security, your home life. You're really being asked to enjoy getting to where you're going and understand that, yes, Dorothy, everything that you've ever needed has always been inside of you. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. King of Wands. Can you live in the question? Can you live in the question? Speaking of living in good. Oh, look. Showing up in your own reading with the Temperance key right here. Hey. Okay. Queen of Cups. This is really hilarious. The fact that she is clarifying the King of Wands. So Queen of Cups, this is the most intuitive queen of them all, right? She's very emotional. She's the empath. Remember what I said about, you know, what is yours, what is other people, that I was feeling some empathic energy, all of this good stuff. You know, the Queen of Cups is lovely in a lot of ways, but let's talk about, you know, the areas in which she could improve. That's what I feel like talking about. You're being called to be more of a King of Wands and less of a Queen of Cups, okay? The areas in which the Queen of Cups could improve. Understanding that she only really had, I'm using this word very purposely, that she only really has control over herself. Okay? She could also improve in the way that she just focuses on herself and also lets herself off the hook for things that she has absolutely no control over. Right? I feel like there's this energy here where it's like it's one thing to be tapped into your intuitions and have your emotions balance and glean a lot of beautiful intuitive information from it. But there is a point in which this Queen of Cups can get overwhelmed by all the things that she's feeling. And there's this energy of her sitting here so long and being so tapped into this watery energy that she starts to recede into the earth. And I'm not saying that to be, you know, shady towards the Queen of Cups or anything. It just feels like you are being so called to being an element, being your natural element of fire. And anything that takes you out of that element of fire, which is the realm of passion, desire, artistry, forward movement, adventure, pleasure, inspiration, excitement, right? Because this is a pensive energy, Queen of Cups. It's pensive, right? It's emotional. It's watery. It can tend towards heaviness. Does she look particularly thrilled to be there? For real. I mean, ask yourself this. Does she look particularly thrilled? Who's having a better time? The King of Wands or the Queen of Cups in this context? I love the Queen of Cups, but in this context. Just saying. Let it go. God, let it go. Okay, I'm feeling a distinct feeling of over-responsibility. Feeling overly responsible for the pain of others, for the needs of others, for what you could have done better, what you could have done more of, what you could have done less of, how others have affected you, what they could have... There's this whole thing, and I keep getting this overall feeling of just let it go. Okay? I feel like and it's kind of funny that it's coming through like this. It's like an overabundance of conscience. Overabundance of conscience. Like someone who's being a little too hard on themselves. You're being asked to just release it and let it go. Okay? Again, you're asked to be in a king position, a king of fire, right? Okay. You see this feathered snake? When we talk about snakes, you see these feathered snakes on this King of Wands nose here, right? Do you see how he is working very hard to keep that snake balanced? Snakes represent healing and transformation. Okay? Guess what? You cannot rush a snake shedding its skin. It takes as long as it takes. It's a process, and on the other side of it, it's brand new. I feel like that was very pertinent to say. Let's go ahead and get an oracle. Yeah. Get some goddess energy here. Oh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Wow. Mauve. Cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Okay. This is exactly what I've been feeling for you guys. Remember when I said it's like allowing yourself to be directed and, follow the inspiration of the day, follow what you're guided and follow the good feelings around things as opposed to Eight of Swordsing and coming from a place of obligation or I have to or I must or taking on stuff that isn't mine. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotion. I want to point something out as well. Do you see how she's quite literally walking on the water here? And the Queen of Cups, remember how I saw that image of her sinking into the water like this, feels heavy? And she's over here walking on the water. She's only able to do that because she's not carrying a super heavy backpack of what is and isn't hers. You know what I mean? This is stunning. I mean, this beautiful Northern Lights energy here as well. But see how she's, oh my God, she's literally holding a wand. Hello? When you honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions without judgment, therein lies health, therein lies happiness, therein lies happy synchronicities and magical happenstance as well. Okay? Sagittarians, it's funny and I love how this is coming out for you because it's almost as if there's this, need from spirit to go, allow yourself to feel good about where you've been and what you've accomplished. You've done a lot. Let another part of the collective pick it up from here. You have, again, I keep going back to this. If at the end of the day, you know that you did the best that you could, go sleep. Allow yourself this time. It's like you're in great need of a rest, and it feels like Spirit is also preparing you for what's coming after this time that we're clicking into here. And you're going to be glad that you enjoyed getting to where you're going. You're going to be glad of it for whatever reason. Okay, Sagittarius? All right. This was your first half of June general reading. I'm going to be really honest with you. There is a large part of me that wants to jump into the second half of June. I've never felt that doing a reading before. But it feels like there's an ellipses, like a ... on the end of this reading. And it's like, it feels like I'm cutting off the reading mid-sentence. And I feel like there's a clue in that, but it's also kind of exciting. And I'm excited to see what comes up for second half of June. I have a feeling it's really delicious. Allow yourself this pause, allow yourself this ellipses, allow yourself this comma in the sentence, okay? To enjoy yourself, rest, again, honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions, okay? It feels really important, and you've earned it most of all. So with that being said, I so hope that this helped and resonated. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I love reading your comments so very much. And just thank you, as always, for being here, but most of all, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.